Hi all. Now what we are going to do is we are going to do a program which elaborates the if else statement, that is the control statement that we studied previously. So here what I am going to do is I am going to find the biggest of two numbers. So from this program itself, I've already told whenever you get a program, the first thing that you should identify is the inputs to that particular program. Here in this program we need two numbers to check whether it's greatest or not. So first step, we have already seen that we are going to include the header file and we are going to type the void main, that is the starting point of your program. Now I want to check whether two numbers are biggest or not. For that I need two numbers. So I have to for two numbers I'm going to have two variables a and b, which is declared as integer, and I'm going to print that on the screen, like enter the two numbers. So this printf statement will print enter the two numbers on the output screen. Now I want to read two numbers from the user, that is user should give two numbers, then only we can check whether which one is biggest or biggest. So for that I'm going to use the scanf statement. Since we are going to read two numbers, we need two format specifiers. Here the variables are a and b and it has data type int. So the format specifier would be %d, and you're going to read the first number into variable a, and then you're going to read the second number into the variable b. Now we have read two numbers. Now we have to check, what we have to do is we have to check which number is greater. So in these cases what I will do is I'll go for control statement, that is I want to check the condition that a is greater than b or b is greater than a. If a is greater than b, I will print biggest number is a, or b is greater than a, then I will tell biggest number is b. So in those cases I will go for the control statement. I'm going to check if is a is greater than b. If this condition is satisfied, I will print the biggest number is. Here if a is greater than b, if the condition is satisfied, the biggest number is a. So what I should do is I should print the value that you have in a. So I am going to use the format specifier since you are printing the value inside a variable. So if this condition is failed, what I will do is I will go for the else statement. So else statement, what you have to put is printf. If that condition is failed, means the biggest number is b. Biggest number is, you have to print the value that you have inside b, so I have to put it as b. So now you can see that program. We are going to have a line by line checking here. On the first line you're including the header files, that will be the pre-processing step. Then you enter the void main and you have declared two variables, that is a and b, as integer. That means 2 bytes of memory will be allocated for a and 2 bytes of memory will be allocated for b as well. Then the next line what you are writing is printf enter the two numbers. That means it will be printing on the output screen that enter the two numbers. And just next line you are writing like a, you're reading two numbers, that is the first number that I give through the keyboard is stored in a and the second number will be stored in b. Now up till here it is line by line execution. From here onwards I want to select some statements and I want to skip some statements. So if a is greater than b, think like the first value is 5 and the other value is 6. That means 5 is greater than 6. It will check 5 is greater than 6. But in this condition 5 is not greater than 6. 5 is always less than 6. So this condition is failed. So the if condition is failed. So what happens is, if the if condition is failed, whatever the statements that is written inside this if condition will not be executed. What it do is it goes to the else statement, and whatever the statement that you have inside the statement, inside this else, will be executed. So you are skipping this line, printf the biggest number is. So this is called as control statement. So up till here it was line by line flow. After that, based on the condition, it is skipping some statements, right? And also you have seen here inside the if statement you are using the relational operator to check the conditions. Normally the relational operators are used for checking condition. Now I am going to run this program. It takes some time. Yeah, started compiling the program. Now you can see on the screen it's asked for two numbers. So I'm giving the first number as 5 and the second number as 6. And when I enter it, we know that 5 is not greater than 6. So 5 is greater than 6. This condition will be failed and move to the else statement. Right. So if I run the program again and I'm giving it as 6 and 5. So A will be having the value 6 and B will be having the value 5. That is 6 is greater than 5. The condition is true. So it will be printing this statement. So this is called as if else statement. So if based on a condition you can select some statements. Other statements can be removed. Thank you.